Hi Libra, thank you so much for tuning in. This is going to be part two of All Signs series. So it's for Pisces eclipse energy. What each sign needs to know. Now it's your turn. We are uh, reading for Libra Sun, Moon, and Rising. And very happy to be here and so happy to be able to bring these readings out around this time. Eclipse energies, we are going to have two eclipses this month. First being Pisces lunar eclipse, and then through the end of the month, we are going to have a solar eclipse in Virgo. So I hope these readings will be both helpful for the signs there. So let's go ahead and find out Libra energy. So we have here Ace of Cups, the Ace of Wands. Oh wow. And the Three of Pentacles. Okay. Okay, Libra. So I think a lot of a lot of signs are getting this uh finalization temps in their uh, collective vibe. But in your reading, there is this sense of new beginnings around, especially um, groups, people. How do you uh, carry yourself in a group setting? Um, and maybe there is going to be some changes in a already existing group work environment, or there is something about the team here, as you can see from the Three of Pentacles. And this makes sense because, especially if you're a Libra rising, this actually eclipses touching your sixth house if you are a Libra rising. Um, And the sixth house is actually the service house. As you can see, the Three of Pentacles there. It's your environment. Of course, it can indicate teams, colleagues, people you give service, take service. It can be also how you like work on yourself in terms of health, daily habits, and yeah, sixth house, of course. They are all in that same package, let's say. Um, I think Piscean eclipse is softening those structures a bit. It softens a bit. I'm not gonna say it's going to make a blurry or foggy, but if there has been very strict routines for you, well, especially Saturn also back to 29 degrees and Node is also there. it's it's that we can, especially if you're a Libra rising again, um it is really um softening what has been, I think, so strict for you. So um I think with a bit also this eclipse quality of imagination, like reimagining your this setup, and from now on, how you gonna manage time, how you gonna manage energy, and also how you will more take care of your well-being. So there are times definitely coming around that, but something really I think makes a fascinating impact on you, because that emotional renewal that you, I think, long time, I think you were feeling this coming. So you can find some emotional renewal in your surroundings, and also any renewal opportunity coming from people here. Like you can find this wave of healing energy, for instance. And it can definitely affect the work, it can definitely affect the health routines. And here we can also find some chance to care for yourself. And you can do it with absolutely compassion. And then some, as this renewal comes, the passion ignites back again, back in the game. We have the Ace of Wands. So Ace of Wands energy telling us something inspirational. It's very new. It can be quite motivational. So this can be definitely a motivation. It can be a very fresh opportunity because I think you will have the chance to approach something in a more enthusiastic way when it comes to that Ace of Wands impacting this Three of Pentacles. Also, your collaborations are being highlighted here. Maybe you can find these also renewals and this energy towards collaborations, teamworks, and the success element can also come from that teamwork. So you can really have the chance to build something steady with the others. Um, I think this eclipse is going to introduce you a fresh routine. And there is going to be some new work opportunities. Anything in the beginning can look like so vague and small, but I think don't underestimate the value of those. Don't underestimate the value of collaboration, I would say, because you can really, and others can really bring crucial talents and skills there. And once this is like set, I would say with the eclipse energy, it's like, a lot of inspirational, let's say, thoughts or things are wandering in your head. And with the Pisces eclipse, it's like one of them is like eclipsed, like one of them like stand more strong now. So you are like acting on it, and maybe you're gonna build or gather the team for it. I want to get some insight about the nature of that Three of Pentacles. Oh, two cards came, so let's get it. Okay, so we have the ring and the fox. Okay, I would say mm, in the potential um, collaborations or teamworks that you will be involving, or in your interactions with others, um, it feels like also a smart, what will be the smart way to kind of um, working this group of people while maintaining other opportunities. Um it's like, okay, I want to like get committed to this particular um teamwork, but I also want to maintain some other extra things. um and even you may choose to turn your collaboration with others to a long term, um, this binding partnership. Maybe some agreements can uh, kick in there, but we are careful about this. Okay, we are careful about this. The fox energy here, I think, adds a layer of carefulness. Um, and while trying to set long-term, maybe co- commitments with other groups or teamwork or in the organizational sham of things. The energy also warns you a bit to watch out some manipulations. Like here, manipulation I will take as it's a eclipse and it's Pisces symbology. Uh, it's like a person's blurry intentions, let's say, which can be very flexible to later manipulate, something in that nature. So watch out for that type of manipulation. But this can also give you the chance for to engage with very clever, smart negotiations. But the ring and the fox, like the agreement is like the fox, like self-serving one. I mean, how much of them, how much of us, like these things a bit there is opportunities there, but how we all gonna arrange that? um because the opportunities, okay, they can appear, but how we gonna commit those now new dynamics appearing, right? Partnerships, contracts, and also collaborations will of course matter, but we need to also not dismiss we shouldn't dismiss also the hidden motives and also some politics at play too. By the way, a lot of Libra people can be also some political representation of things, or societal maybe, or even conceptual, but it's like this Libra representational skills. Okay, so this that those representational skills can how to say, see what politics are at play at this time. Okay, so uh though yeah, I mean we oh my the sound. um but we can't ignore the fresh emotional and creative drive here, like what we want to achieve with this energy. So maybe it's just about choosing your commitments wisely, I would say. Of course, in that partnership opportunities to some love story may kick in too, Um, but maybe this is like the dilemma, like you wanna believe, you wanna commit to that collaboration, but it's like if it is genuine or is it self-serving, okay, like that Libran kind of that, or how much it is self-serving, how much of it really genuine, like a bit you try to quantify things there maybe. um but I think the intuition and the inspiration element can really guide you, like what you're gonna say yes to, but don't also dismiss some conditions there too, okay, Libra, because so you need the fox here, your strategic awareness, okay, the strategic awareness wants to pursue the genuine one. So we need to make sure that strategic awareness, letting those new beginnings build on solid and honest ground. Okay. Thank you so much, Libra, for tuning in. And now I'm going to switch to the next sign. Thank you so much. Hello, Scorpio. Karo here. Thank you so much for tuning in. We are reading for the eclipse, and this eclipse, it's a lunar eclipse. It's in Pisces, and oops, not yet. And we are going to see what effects are we gonna get from this with tarot and cartomancy experience. um you can watch the series for your sun, moon, and rising. And this is, by the way, the part 2 of this series. There is also part 1. So if you have any placements, you can also go and check back there. Let's see, Scorpio, what energies are surrounding you at this time with this lunar eclipse in Pisces, which is making the lines a bit blurry for us. Let's see what is going to come to the forefront in a very strong way among those blurry lines or concepts. Let's see. The first message. Oh, Five of Swords. Five of Swords is the first message. And we have also Seven of Pentacles. Our Seven of Pentacles. And the next message is Nine of Swords. Okay. I want to check the bottom of the deck too. We have the Lovers. Okay. Now I will go ahead and read about your cards if it is necessary. I want to also pick an oracle card too, maybe for some guidance. Though I don't think it's going to be necessary, but maybe we can get some clarifications to some cards here, okay? Okay, so it seems this Pisces eclipse bringing some conflicts at first. Conflicts, what kind of conflicts? You need to be very aware that, you know, what you're gonna speak, what words comes from your mouth is going to really affect a course of an event. Please don't say things that you may really regret later, Scorpio. Okay, that's why definitely weigh, here the scales. Because, I see here like so much regret, so much regret. So, we need to be a bit careful there. This is like, let's say, gives you a heads up for the times ahead. And I feel like, you know, it makes sense. This reading makes sense when also we think about the astrological terms too, because especially if you're a Scorpio rising, uh, this is going to affect your fifth house of children, creativity, love, love, sex. So it is, it's pleasure, how you seek pleasure, what you create out of yourself, how how you self-express. So I think there lately there has been some maybe illusions around some love stories, um, the way that you share your heart. Maybe the lines are was very like blur, you were like what I'm sharing, what I'm not, like what I have just said or shared, sometimes even like sometimes over explaining ourselves, our passions, for instance. um Lately maybe you had hard time feeling that fiery, passionate, creative energy. So all these, I think, stories, uh and the way that you try to express yourself around these subjects, and also another person's. Again, at the bottom of the deck we have the Lovers. This is at the bottom of the deck. So I think there is a conflict and tension. um and the conflict tension, these two elements, no one is winning here. The idea is like no one is winning. So whether it is a romantic or a creative situation for you, uh, I think something is very draining here, and something goes like very confrontational. And it's like, is this energy that I was trying to invest in this connection, in this project, um, in this love, in this work or joy, is it really paying off? Is it really paying off? And then some regrets, and there can be some also sleepless nights. Nine of Swords. Maybe anxiety, maybe overthinking. Um, Again, that feeling of, we all go through that fear of loss, that fear of um, regret itself, and also sometimes fear of it. So um, there is emotional intensity. Yeah, this eclipse is bringing that emotional intensity, and it seems it's going to be high. So, but where it all lays down, I mean, we are gonna come back to the Lovers, because underneath everything, Scorpio, under the root of everything, there is a choice. And this choice can be about love, it can be about passion, it can be alignment of values. Um, so relationships and also those heartlet decisions are definitely at the center for you. I think uh, there is here a turning point for you. Uh, Things may feel a bit like destined for you, and this is you who can face some maybe hard truths. Um, like if this person, if this fling, if this romance, if this project, or what I'm like putting myself into, are they really truly aligned with my values? Like, do they really value uh or the way that they have representation in life, do they have actually similar values with me? And this can maybe create a tension between you and the person. So it can bring up a heartbreak, that it can bring up, you may be attracting someone else's jealousy also. Uh, and sometimes it's not about choices, but the stress of the choices. And when the stress of the choices stays unresolved, then you get into that loop over and over again. So, what we see here is actually a karmic cleaning wants to happen. Actually, this is maybe, you know, like a way the universe is showing you in what ways or in what parts of life you have been maybe giving too much of themselves, of how either you and the person, one of you may be giving so much. So if you can also tell a person, you are giving so much of yourself, they can tell you you are giving so much of yourself. So and doing this without joy and alignment can be very difficult, to see. But I think the idea is not to let fear and anxiety uh, clouding the truth here. What's the truth of this situation? To stay committed to that idea. Nine of Swords. And the clarity is going to come from values. Okay? Clarity comes from values. You have to really reassess, Scorpio, where you invest your energy. Does it nourish you? Does it drain you? Um, Again, to do that, you don't have to get into confrontational conflicts, but because then you may really regret for what you say. So we need to avoid from pointless, I think, conflicts, because not every battle needs to be fight, right? the eclipse energies usually in life push us towards authentic. Okay, what is really authentic? Um, the authentic energy is when the mind, when the body goes together, right? Something is not authentic when the mind goes somewhere else, the body goes somewhere else. What is really authentic when the mind and the body goes to in alliance with each other, and to tap into that, uh, to tap into that authentic love, to authentic creativity. I think the eclipse is telling us that it's Pisces, so we got to release anything illusional, and we need to choose what really aligns with our soul. So this is, I think, the basic of the reading, but I want to clarify uh, Seven of Pentacles, this central card. I want to get a clarification for that, okay? Maybe we can talk about that a bit more. Oops, not yet. So, Seven of Pentacles, let's see with what we're gonna clarify it. The mouse, the dog. Yeah, so the dog and the mice. Now it makes sense because mouse is about decline. Things being detrimental. And sometimes it is very fast pace. Okay, sometimes it's very fast paced, but sometimes the decline is very small. I think here you are evaluating um, like timing of something, like how long this has been in decline or when it started. It's Mercury in Taurus energy. There's something here, how slow, how fast something has like become, because maybe it's important for you to understand that timeline so you can um, act accordingly. But I think the Nine of Swords afterneath Swords is showing us that that was, let's say, long ago, long before you even realized something. So this erosion in the connections, that stress in loyalty, that persistent loss in maybe trustful, faithful bonds. Um, um, Now making you realize what hasn't been actually reciprocated all this time. Um, because I think I see your energy really getting drained. So, and it needs to be nourished. So I see that Seven of Pentacles showing you in a position like in what energy you put towards something, how much effort you put in. Something always like feels slipping away. So I think this is a bit doubling down the eclipse theme when it comes to reassessing the bounds you have, because we have the lovers at the bottom of the deck. So and sometimes, you know, it's that realization of I was too patient with this person or with this thing. Uh, and actually, it was quietly weakening your confidence, that joy, that stability. So it seems some choices needs to be made, and and you got to notice where this trust was leaking away. Um, because there is this very subtle, steady thing decreasing there. Um, in your situation, is loyalty is mutual or is it one-sided? You know, this is very important. Um, And if something has been crumbling for you, don't invest in there, because simply patience has also its limits, right? So this is what you will be, it seems, realizing and redirecting your loyalty to yourself first, and you are likely to align with things which actually reciprocate what you deep down feel. So thank you so much for Scorpio. I will speak to you soon in next readings. If you have personal questions, you can always find me in Karo is answering your tarot questions in YouTube live streams. And thank you so much. Take care. Hi, Sagittarius. Welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome to this eclipse reading. So we are going to have the Pisces lunar eclipse on the 7th of September. And I wanted to explore what energies are surrounding each zodiac signs. And now it's your turn. You can watch it for your sun, moon, or rising signs. It may or may not resonate. That's perfectly fine. Let's go ahead and find out your cards. We have a King of Swords. And the next energy is we have a Wheel of Fortune. I want people concentrate on the cards. Wheel of Fortune. And the next message is Two of Wands reversed. Okay. Let's look at the bottom of the deck too. Four of Wands. Okay. What can we say? You have also reversed energy. I will take it and I will honor that card too. So all is okay. Oh. Okay. Now, the Piscean eclipse, a bit, anything that has been like blurred and felt like foggy in our lives before, now they are going to be eclipsed from that point, or among that like foggy structures of our lives, Piscean energy. One of them will really gonna come forward and make itself like known. Okay. Now in this case, your situation though it a bit differs than I think than the other signs, because in your cards, first something comes forward like very concrete. Um, it's like it's been decided beforehand that it's going to be a very solid statement, or maybe you are dealing with the air sign, by the way. There is something about like a domestic situation, maybe establishment of something, or like there is absolutely some timing elements here. But this statement a bit changes all the plans. Now the thing is, you may actually anticipate this like coming, and you may make your plans like, okay, if it comes in that nature, I'm gonna do X. If it comes in that way, I can also do that. But what is like really being stated here is making the plans upside down. And maybe for you, it's not really something becomes concrete. For you, what has been like so rigid is now changing things like upside down, especially the future plans of it, and it wants to make you more flexible with it, maybe. Okay, so there is that type of paradigm there. And from an astrological perspective as well, if you're a Sagittarius rising, this is going to be in your fourth house. And this is about your family, home, private settings. Also, it may be about roots and also your emotional foundations too, of course. Um, I feel like the way that you think what home is really changing. And this is also cartomancy wise, tarot wise, I think very assured because Four of Wands was the bottom of the deck card. And this is like that happy place, okay? That we go, we stay, we live, um, or somewhere that feels like home, that we are celebrated and we are seen, we are heard here. So maybe here, what really home means, we need to question that a bit. There is, I think, a karmic turning point when it comes to, because we have also the Wheel of Fortune here. There's a karmic point uh, in domestic, or I think family matters. So this clear-headed rational energy with the King of Swords, a solid decision, it seems, needed um, around home, family, or an authority figure declares something around the matters of home or domestic structures, like maybe a legal situation takes place, and like something bureaucratic happens, but we hear that statement, we hear that logic over the emotion uh, kind of shift. Okay, and this comes from the King of Swords. This can be also a statement of an air sign, or air sign energy, looking at a home and family matter in a head over the heart way, let's say. But when this happens, like fate kicks in, the Wheel of Fortune, this is something which is not in our control. So this is actually a quite ongoing karmic cycle, again, around our home, family, property, maybe, or in general living situation. So the big changes are definitely inevitable, and it's going to make us like to question our further plans. Plus, if we have like looking forward for something, it may feel 12 once reversed. Okay, I have to recheck these plans now, because here, this karmic. By the way, this is not just for verse or something. Like something needs to be refined, revisited for you, so that it can get better for you. So the reverse two of wands, if you feel your plans has been blocked or now it's uncertain, by the way, a relocation, a home decision maybe is the case, or some family choices you need to make with regards to individuals, or like someone from now on will require a different path for you around that personal private area. So it seems like it's like a destiny point for you. I think uh, you need to adapt to a new reality here, and um, there is a shift like in your living arrangement, or like in maybe in the property matters, or family members dynamic. It can be household activities, it can be, these are very much highlighted here. So it may feel like, okay, I have now these options, but I feel torn between what is like practical and what is like ideal, what is emotional. So some new elements kick in there, and it's not now two choice, but uh, a triple choice matter it can be. But I want you to take it as a new karmic cycle. That's why make every step count, be intentional, and go honest with your choices. The plans that may not really unfold in the expected timing, let's say. But I think the outcome in general will create somehow that stability for you. And actually, maybe all the time is around maybe belonging, Sagittarius. That's what I'm getting. Where do I belong? Where do I belong, my friends? And I feel here like some decisions you have taken around a time subject about its timing elements, and maybe this is a new establishment. Um, some plans can shift there. Like I feel like you have founded something. Take the change, accept the change, I would say, because this is going to be part of the process. You got to flow with it. um, Even plans stall, please trust the delays. Please trust the delays, because um, it's going to be for good. Uh, it's very vital for you to focus on your inner foundations, foundations that family foundations, or what you know as family, what feels both secure and joyful for you. If it doesn't happen in that way so far, now it's time to tap to what feels really both secure and joyful for you. Like you don't have to rush after some kind of a running away train, you know. So I think it's giving you like sometimes that safe space. Actually, it's trying to create that comfort zone for you, because in those zones now they are very much excluded from this personal development stereotypical explanations, you know, like don't stay in your comfort zone. But there are times that you need to stay in your comfort zone so you can attend to your health routine foundations. If something needs to grow a flower, it needs that comfort area, you know, for it to grow. So we need comfort zones in that case. We need the four of wands for things to grow for us. And then yeah, you can break the routine again, you know, but that zone is, I think, needed. And this is allowing the chance to build it in a very deep way, not really shaken easily, you know. So thank you so much, Sagittarius. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Um, Again, I'm trying to bring readings as much as I can when my schedule lets me, because I had a lot of family responsibilities lately. And if you have personal tarot questions, you can always connect me through my everyday live streams that allows for QA. If you don't know how those live streams work, please check the description box below. I will be there waiting for you and hoping to connect and work one-on-one with you. Please take care of yourself, Sagittarius. I will speak to you soon. Ciao. Bye bye. Hi, Capricorn. Welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. Karo here, and we are reading for the eclipse. So, this is going to take place on the 7th of September 2025. Then we're gonna have another eclipse by the end of September 2025. But this is for the Pisces eclipse, and I want to see what energies are surrounding you at this time. So if it's your first time here, I'm Karo, and I want you to know that these are general readings, like every reader, cartomancer, tarot artist. These are general readings. It may or may not resonate. It's okay for me if you check your other astrological associations too. For me, all good. I don't think that these things have some kind of a formula, but viewers are free to find out what really works for them. So this is again something only you can decide for yourself. But I'm here just to tell you your options, okay? Because I see some people strongly disagree, why watching your rising moon, Venus? I mean, just I think we should really leave people free about finding out what works for them. So this is definitely up to your own experience, and I totally respect that. So thank you so much, and let's begin. We have a Queen of Cups. Nice. And the World. Ooh, wow. Queen of Cups and the World. Hmm. Makes sense. The Sun. Wow. Do you want to see it bottom of the deck? Because I really want to see it. The Tower. Wow. Okay. You made the last minute surprise to me, Capricorn. um okay, so what can we say about this? You know what? We talk about this emotional maturity term sometimes. What is really emotional maturity? Um, do we have like this epitome of people who has some kind of a become that emotionally mature person, or is it something really sustainable? Is it something which is like being tested actually? Because these things, I think, once they come, uh, yeah, they sit with you, of course. But the way maybe you come to that heart of state of heart, or state of mind, is a bit interesting in this reading, because mm, there is like sudden urge in you to really get into that acceptance with emotional maturity, mm, kind of thing. I mean, you look so solid here, and that's why that part is okay. We got the message, but how? What actually um makes me curious is the Tower. Let's see the Lenormand's too. Some I will get some clarifications for the Tower, but some astrological perspective I want to add, because it's gonna make sense with the Tower. If this is happening most of the time in our mind and mind setting, and this, if you're especially a Capricorn rising, if you're watching it for Capricorn rising, this eclipse is gonna take place in your third house of communication, thinking, siblings, neighborhood. Again, how you communicate, your how you learn, and also short journeys. So all these reaching that, it's like you are ripe, like a fruit, you are ripe now, you can be picked. Like, I think this eclipse is dissolving some kind of a mental fog in you. Actually, it's not adding up something new, it's just dissolving the mental fog with that Tower energy. And um when that mental fog goes away, the energy is asking you to kind of rethink about expressing your true, genuine, and authentic self, the Sun. That's why I think you are processing information. I also see you here like connecting with very close people, by the way. I feel you are reaching that level of emotional intelligence. And this is, it seems, going to lead the way for you. You are asked to listen with compassion. You are asked to trust your intuition, especially in the conversations. I think some communication patterns are now finishing for you. It's not gonna repeat. You're gonna feel very free. Like there is this freedom energy. A cycle has started before, maybe, where you were like repeating some communication patterns with a person, maybe with a family member, maybe with a sibling, um, or maybe there was a learning project. um, this is also maybe reaching a closure for you. You are really free from something. um, you're gonna have that clarity, you're gonna have that optimism, I think. Oh, this is the ship, but Lenormand's, I read them upright. I don't read Lenormand's reverse. I read tarot reverse. If cards come, it's okay for me, but Lenormand's are for me a whole system. So, and we have the I think this is the skite. No, not the skite. The whip. Yes, the whip. This one. Okay. It's a okay. Um. Okay. The clarity comes, and uh, yeah, I see your breakthrough moment here. Um, and I think for you, if I have to, it's a all signs reading, so I'm not gonna have the chance to, write a title for every zodiac sign. But if I had to, I would definitely use the word of revelation, because it's that revelation which is setting you free. And where does it really um, set you free from? It sets you free from this, this Lenormand's, the ship and the whip. So I feel like you are getting some news from distance, and this is, I think, um, dissolving a conflict here. Okay, so this is your old structure, this is your revelation, the tower, and that instant abrupt changes, or that sudden upheavals, which is really changing the course of things. The ship is our travel. The ship is our new territorial place. It's our movement. It's a change of location. It's a distance. It's a um, something also you go towards unknown, actually. But this is like a distant energy, okay, with the ship. And we have also the whip, which is about conflict, which is about arguments. It's that repetition, pressure. And here the person is like torturing themselves. So there was a subject that you have been like torturing yourself emotionally. And I think this is now with that conflict, that even like staying you distant, it was like affecting you, and now you're gonna find a sudden shift in that regard. um you may, the sun element here can be also, I'm free to go now. So for some of you, you are like completing maybe your mission in something, and you may give that sudden decision about a travel, maybe a relocation, and this may spark some arguments around other people. If you had an ongoing conflict with family, siblings, cousins, or neighborhood, or your apartment, your flat, I think this is gonna reach a breaking point, initially making you again set free, because you are actually creating a distance, literal and emotional, between you and what has been like torturing you at this time. So that thing also stays like distant. Um, and again, some, if you have been like, if there was this communication patterns going on, they are, I think, being torn down because they have been actually become destructive for you. Um, I think movement is the key here, Capricorn, because the movement, especially if it happens a bit, among family, if someone relocates or the movement's gonna is gonna create the clear the process there, because old patterns must dissolve. That's the eclipse in Pisces. It dissolves. Um, Please don't repeat any old communication pattern or cycle with a person. Again, you break free from that. And this was like long time maybe capturing you um to become like silent about it. Now you are more expressive about this thing because you have clarity, you have renewal. Um, and if a travel or distance for you, if it is unavoidable, I would say you can accept it as a part of a karmic closure, so you don't have to deal with it anymore. This is also what I'm getting. So I would say don't fear from any disruption, I would say. I think it's going to um, give way, to things that has been like lingering for some time. You may be dealing with a Leo, maybe a water sign we have here. Um, and from a more psyche reading sense, I get this type of message. The emotions that I was like bottling up, couldn't find a way to express due to restrictions and pressure and like having to stay in that repeated cycle. Now I'm just leaving this all behind. I'm heading towards a happy place. I'm heading towards maybe like a distant place, but I'm also putting myself a distance between that old structures, which was like giving me that captivity feeling. It's like those wild endangered animals, in captivity, but then released to the nature. It's even like that feeling in your cards, Capricorn. And imagine how free you can be here. Of course, in terms of mindset, this is gonna really contribute a lot. Um, so that's what I have for you. Um, and I also get this. Something wasn't actually your problem, but it it ha- it's been like your problem for some time. And when you realize that this is actually not my problem, but someone else's problem, which is like restricting me. And it's like now you release that as well. And the person can be also released too, by the way. Um, but there is a strong influence here around freedom, and I really like this for you. Thank you so much, Capricorn. If you have a personal tarot question, you can always find me in my YouTube live streams. Karo is answering your tarot questions. You can come there and we can do a one-on-one session with you. And if you do not know how these live streams work, check the description box below and I'll see you. Thank you so much. Take care, Capricorn. Hello, Aquarius. Thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome. We are reading for the eclipse, lunar eclipse in Pisces, and this is your turn. Readings are general. It may or may not resonate. That's why don't forget to check your sun, moon, and rising signs. And if nothing resonates, you also have the option to visit me in one of my QA live streams, which is called Karo is Answering Your Tarot Questions. You can also find me there. If you do not know how those live streams work and you are new to my channel, please check the description box below. Let's find out your cards now. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So our first message for Aquarius, we have the Four of Swords, a reverse High Priestess, and the Lovers. Bottom of the deck, King of Pentacles. Okay. Okay, Aquarius, I see here like being very silent about a subject that you have like contemplated about this thing. Um, and you maybe agreed to not to tell about it to anyone. But a part of you is like, this needs to be exposed. This needs to be known, like I have to um talk about it. Now, whether this is like your experience or someone else's experience you carry inside of you, this thing, of course, can shift because it's a general reading, but it is like leaving you with some choices around how to act that can align with your values. Um, and there is this question of what do I possess here? What do I have? Something around money and values. This can be, of course, it can be about trying to like access to that part of us which talks about that self-worth energy. I think lately some your attachments or what you possess, like some lines have been blurred there with this Piscean energy. Like some things feel like illusional to you, like you wanna go behind that fog. Um, but it's like can't choose. That's why I retreat. Uh, but now I have to realign with what really truly matters to me, there is this type of questioning here. Um, well, obviously it seems, yeah, you needed the pause, Four of Swords, you needed the pause. you needed the rest, you need that reflection and healing. You need that healing, especially around financial and value related areas. And again, that what you have been silent about, or you think a person knows but do not really speak. We have the high priestess reverse, like talking about some secrets about money and self-worth, and these can come to surface. So what we have been like ignoring in that intuitive understanding, what we have like ignoring uh, around that financial blind spots, they're not being revealed. And some choices are being born here. Some choices are being born here. And these choices may also take you to some new partnerships, because here I think you have some choice. That can be 2 or 3 people. You may be even in between. But it's like from now on, I want to choose something which aligns with my heart, which aligns with my heart, which aligns with my heart and soul. Not fear. Um, at the core of the matter, King of Pentacles, there is a worry, I think, about some financial matters which provides maybe stability. There is something about mastery, long-term security. So I think this eclipse is pushing you towards more mature financial and value-based choices with the lowest elements here. So it's like your truth check, I think. Like, let's say there is a money that has been hidden debts, like or someone else's like choices about money or financial or value matters is affecting you. It's really um those hidden matters may come out, uh especially the money element can be the shared money with someone. Also your shared, the contracts, um someone else's maybe spending habits, or what you have been spending. Though definitely a pause can really help you to step back, to make some maybe wiser choices. And ultimately you will be committing to things which genuinely reflects actually uh, your your values. Like, what am I gonna commit to? Am I gonna commit to those values that reflect stability, security, King of Pentacles, maturity? I don't wanna rely on illusions card. If you have to make some decisions around if you have to make some decisions around this time, Aquarius, don't rush, and take your time to think and rest, um, because that financial value based decisions needs your attention, uh, and please pay attention to what has been hidden, what because there are things, but maybe you didn't confront it with that person, or there are things that has been avoided there, but now I think those illusions will collapse. So um, you are going to align with money choices which uh, is reflecting true values and integrity and not quick fixes, because someone maybe also here offered you maybe to make quick money around something, but actually this choice comes to be wrong, you think, in this reading. So this is you aiming for more grounded long-term stability. There can be discussions about this with a earth sign partner or person. um you know, it's like you need your anchor in this world. We have the dog. It's like you need your anchor. The dog and the lilies. Is a partner spending too much? Or is a partner not really seeing? It's like you have, there is this resources, but someone is not seeing the worth of them like you do. Like if some, it's like, if something is much or like freely given away, like the others don't see the value because it's a easy access. So do you have some kind of a um conflict with someone who sees something like too much and can benefit to it, like taking something for um granted? Because faithfulness, trust, loyalty, we also need to make some wise decisions around these subjects if we want to aim some long-term harmony. And I think your financial decision, whatever this is gonna be, or that value-based decision, this can be even like what type of a lifestyle you actually value. These are all connected to with partner. These are all, or it's connected with a friend or an ally or contract person. I think you're gonna make a choice between instant gratification and long-term harmony. um you may also see yourself, okay, this person being like not so responsible, but our partnership, our relationship requires maturity. It requires integrity in our commitments. Like you are asking these essential questions, like, is this person really aligning with my deepest values? You know, it's perfectly okay to honor loyalty. It's perfectly okay to uh, dismiss quick wins. It's perfectly okay to ask both loyal and wise arrangements that is going to build worthy things, but they are not gonna create things that may fall away quickly. Like we have these financial and emotional commitments, right? Now, these things can sometimes create those karmic weights. And you got to choose this carefully, Aquarius. Okay, that's why it can be very important for you to understand this dynamic so you can accumulate something in your mindset. Okay, so thank you so much, Aquarius. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Again, if you have personal tarot questions, you can always find me in one of my live streams that runs daily. If one finishes, another starts usually. So just catch me in one of those and come and ask your questions. It works with donations. So check the description box below to see how things actually operate. So have a wonderful eclipse, and I hope you will make the best choice for yourself. Thank you so much and take care, Aquarius. Bye. Hi, Pisces. Thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome to Solaris Studio. I am Karo and I'm here to bring your eclipse reading. So lunar eclipse in your sign, and I am performing the reading today on the eclipse day. Very curious to see what energies will come out for you. Now let's shuffle our cards and see what we need to know, what energies are around Pisces consciousness, and of course, usual reminders. It may or may not resonate, my friends, because it's a general reading. You can watch it for your sun, moon, or rising sign. For me, all is okay. Just find out what works for you. And if you have personal questions, find me on my YouTube live streams. Karo is answering your tarot questions, and feel free to ask your question there. They work with paid donations, and that's why please check the description box below to see how things operate in our channel. Okay. Thank you. And let's see your first card, Pisces friends. Our first message is Page of Swords. Wow. Page of Swords. He's here. He's here. Yeah. Empress. Empress. And oh wow, Five of Wands. There you go. Five of Wands. Let's see the bottom of the deck too. Two of Swords. Okay. Now I have Lenormards here, so we can also, I think, clarify a few cards. But it's a eclipse in your sign, so I find it to be quite important. So I will try to bring as much as as much clarity I can. Okay, so what do we have here now? Okay, so it's like there is some sort of argument around you, and a conflict, but there can be more than two people involved in that. Can be around family, can be around friends, colleagues, workspace, uh, like in a group, and it's like you are trying to ask the most maybe crucial question. One, you want to get the most groundbreaking viewpoint. So it can be very striking and maybe like close the subject forever, or bring some kind of a pause so that people can stop arguing, um, or bickering. So some solution, it can give away give the solution away. But thing is that I think your position here, because you seem to me a bit very hesitating if you really need to get involved all of these, um, because it can be about your self-image, like what image you will be displaying there, especially of course if you are a Pisces rising. Um, so what type of, that identity, that self-image, that body, the way that you step into world, like how you gonna make that um move, with uh all the qualities that the world sees you, how they will perceive me. But here in the situation, there can be that versions of old Pisces or Piscean self. Here, actually, this is you about to step into a new expression. Okay, this is why these things happening. So I think it starts with a kind of a curiosity. Okay, so there is a curiosity, a sudden question arrives. Okay, it can be around the ongoing situation, or lately you had something and the curiosity arises. And like you are questioning this, like observing, getting new perspectives. Mm, like what my role can be in this, what role I can play in this. Um, Actually, deep down, you want to get into that growth zone, that life creating, abundant, creative zone. Like there is a place there where you can personally bloom, actually. And there is this self of you that wants to step into a more radiant version of you, like you become more nurturing there, more fertile, more abundant, there is this also version of you, like you are curious to ask these questions also. Is this thing can really support that future self I want to build? Like this can be even owning a business, for instance, to make it like your own brand, or because you want to step into a role there. This is what you are, I think, searching in this reading. Even in the relationship, you may be questioning your role. You may want to play a more feminine role, maybe, okay, Empress, or like a life creating role. Or you want to be like more sensual and you don't want to feel ashamed for what you are, who you are. Those side of you that you have to suppress, um, cancel the questions. Now it wants those pathways, like neural pathways, like they want to make pathways. But the conflict, that internal and external conflict, uh, is there. So you also likely to see other competing identities there. Okay, identities competing card, let's say. Yeah, opinions competing energy. Or there are desire, a lot of desire creating tension. And the problem maybe here is like Two of Swords was at the bottom of the deck. I am hesitating, not really sure. Do I have to see it, or just keep my eyes closed and do what I have to do? So you may at this time struggle with decisions about who you want to be, and which path to take, how to express yourself. I think, uh, and you are getting a lot of, um, I think, sensation from career, home domestics, and partner, like, um, or possible relationships. Like, this can be literally a rebirth of your identity, with all these subjects actually being eclipsed. Um, you may feel like pulling towards so many directions, and like what I'm gonna commit here. But I wanna commit the ways that can bring me growth. I wanna commit the ways that can bring me beauty, okay? Good nurturing energy. I want to come forward in that way. And for this, shall I go learn, ask the crucial, unwanted, even difficult questions? Shall I go and ask those questions? I want to research, I want to learn, I want to experiment. So it's like, let me experiment, let me research. It's okay if I don't have the all answers yet, allowing myself. Some answers do not want to come forward at this time. But this cycle, I think, more of like initiating, searching for that identity. Identity is actually from a more, Eastern philosophical viewpoint. It's actually a build-up structure, but it works when it comes to our life out there in the world, right? Our role and the whole, like, actually, uh, in some centuries, the whole Western psychological elements is actually analyzes that identity, which is like built up. But of course, as this is in the end, tarot and this work is a spiritual tool. We know that there is always something behind that build up identity, but that identity is needed because we're gonna use it, that persona, right? Like for the other world. And you can have many roles in life. You can have many personas. You can have the mother role. You can be the uh, boss role. You can be the lover role. You can have the friend role. Because in these roles, you become really sometimes different people. Uh, it's just the integration, I think, sometimes the problem here. So here, I think, yes, the Empress is like a very good role, uh, and that's how we can shape our tangible world, right? It's a very good energy. But of course, a Pisces person will know there are also things beyond what is visible and forces also working, right? So here I think you have no doubt about that forces at work. But here you try to integrate yourself as that Pisces energy. You are trying to root yourself. I think. Um, don't be afraid of curiosity. It's okay to have not all the answers right now. It's okay for you to explore new ideas, new styles, new ways of expressing yourself, new outlets, if there is something you got to nurture, like pursue, embrace with regards to your nurturing power, your creative power, um, this eclipse can help you to plant those seeds for these things, and it that you can discover many abundant ways. And don't forget, in life, conflict can really take us to way forward. So we are not afraid of those conflicts at this time. These needs to surface. So this is not an unnecessary conflict actually, and but it's gonna show up as a friction, which is going to shed that old skin for you. That's how we can maybe put it. Um, and your clarity will come when you grow into this cycle now, this new story. So that's why um, your story, when I compare it with other signs, um, you are the sign, as this is also happening in your sign, own sign. So you are the sign who is going to set the tone for um, this eclipse. I'm gonna mirror like everyone actually, right? You're gonna mirror everyone. Like it's lunar, so it's very moon, right? So you're gonna mirror. You are a big mirror at this time. Um, so you can also, as a collective role, I think, dissolve um, illusions. You can bring endings. You can initiate things. like you can be mirror for breakthroughs. Of course, as a Piscean energy, I'm saying, not individually speaking. Um, so I'm gonna take this more of like a turning point. Um, sometimes what you got from eclipse is all finalization, but also new beginning. But it finalizes and begins does not happen, of course, at the same time. But I think the beauty of this eclipse is like when you find the ending and revelation, it automatically brings that fresh path. This is the difference, I think, of this one. And if we are able to see that fresh path, I think this would be wonderful. Would be wonderful. And as a Piscean person, if you are able to see that, then cherry, double chocolate cake, cherry on top, and all that good stuff. So that's what I have for you. I just wonder, no, I think it's okay. I think you got the message. Thank you so much, Pisces, for tuning in, for being a part of this all signs reading that I haven't done for a while. And I'm very happy to bring this too, because there are, classical things we do, of course, in YouTube. They are done and performed with many people. But this is, readers, of course, bring their own signatures to the readings, their own take ons. Happy to do one of these all signs readings. And this was part two. If you have, um, something in your chart from Aries to Virgo, you can also check part one to see for your rising or other, placements. And readings will continue, hopefully. Again, if you have a personal tarot question, you can always visit me in one of my QA live streams called Karo is Answering Your Tarot Question. It's also very nice to do a one-on-one session with querents. It's a beautiful experience. I nurture myself a lot with that energy exchange. I like it when people are also kind and nice. It's very, very good, very soul nourishing. Uh, Again, if you don't know how live streams work, please definitely check the description box below so you get informed. Thank you, Pisces friends. Take care. Love you all. Bye bye.